Hey travelers, I'm in Bogota, Colombia. We're still in a pandemic, but there's no more quarantine here. So people are free to go around. There's still some restrictions though. So I'm gonna tell you, or I'm gonna show you how Bogota is post-quarantine. Hey guys, I've arrived in Colombia and you're probably wondering what you need to travel here during the pandemic. Well, as of July 2021, the time I'm flying, you only need to file a health form, the checkmate. You don't need a COVID test anymore. Restrictions are less as time goes by, and that's what you need right now. So now I'm gonna head to my Airbnb and I will probably grab a taxi. The yellow taxi line is huge, but it's moving really fast. Uber is not an option at this airport because they don't let the cars in here. There's a problem between taxi drivers and Uber drivers. There's also another service of taxis inside the terminal. You can request them, but they're a lot more expensive. And basically the yellow taxis are the cheaper option. The taxi ended up charging me around 30,000 pesos. They have a taxi meter, so the charge will be really accurate. Now I'm in the Airbnb. It has a small living room with a kitchen, the bedroom and the bathroom, just what I need for these days that I will be in Bogota. I'm really tired, so I'll see you tomorrow. For my first day in Bogota, I decided to take a tour of the city. I took an Uber and met them near downtown. The tour has started. I'm here with the Bogotivo friends and some friends that have joined the tour. We're here with Joey. He's from the US and has been living in Bogota for a while. And Giovanni, he's from Venezuela.
How are you guys?
We just walk up the street that is very known for the food. It's called Calle Gastronómica. And we're heading to the Perseverancia market. You'll find a lot of good things to eat there.
This is a market that specializes in having food from all over Colombia. And this market has over 80 years now. And it started as kind of like the main food hall of this neighborhood. So it's definitely one of the best places to try Colombian cuisine.
This is my favorite place to come and eat traditional Colombian food.
So that's what we did. We tried some typical Colombian food.
Welcome, new friends.
First, we drank jugo de mora, berry juice. We're gonna try the ajiaco, one of the most popular dishes in this part of Colombia.
And since we have like a lot of different stops today, we get the small version of the soup, but the soup is usually like this big. Like it would be eaten as, this is the small.
The ajiaco is a chicken-based soup with potatoes and corn. It also comes with rice, avocado, capers, and sour cream.
So you want to throw all the ingredients into the soup, and we're going to be throwing the avocado, rice, capers, and sour cream.
Oh, this is so good. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Bueno, bueno. Now we're in the produce section. We're gonna pick some fruits because at the end of this tour, we're gonna make some cocktails. So that should be nice.
We're going to get the fresh mint.
Wow, qué rico huele. Before leaving the market, we take some Polaroid pictures. This is also included in the tour. Street murals are becoming a big part of Colombian culture. You find them everywhere, and many artists make a living painting them for businesses and government entities. We keep walking around the Macarena neighborhood, also known for having an array of international restaurants.
A lot of people come here. As you can see, like all of these are different restaurants, and it's full of people having lunch. So yes, it's like a food district.
We stop at Grosso to have some dessert.
So this is the passion fruit pie we're going to try.
Oh, that's big. Is that for...
That's for you. No, I'm kidding. No, we're all going to share it. Yeah.
So it's super eco-friendly.
Me encanta. Me encanta.
Delicioso, ¿no?
This passion fruit pie is really good. Passion fruit is one of my favorite fruits. Definitely.
Too sweet for me.
Is it one of your favorites?
This is my favorite dessert.
Really?
For sure. Yeah.
Guys,
Now we're in Bogota's bullfighting ring.
Bogota is a very, I would say, young liberal city. And if you were to do an actual poll on whether bullfighting should be allowed here, it would definitely be voted out. They outlawed it from 2014 to 2017. But when the government changed, the new government decided to bring it back, saying it was part of Colombian culture. But now there's only 4 bullfights a year or so, but it's heavily like high security because there's lots of protests.
Now we're gonna head to the Chapinero district of Bogota. For this, we're taking the Transmilenio.
Kind of works like a metro, but it's a system of long buses instead.
On the way, we stopped to eat a very popular dessert in Bogota, obleas.
This is what you eat when you're a kid, you know?
Obleas are found in many Latin American countries. They are round wafer sandwiches that can be filled with different ingredients. You will find many vendors in Bogota. This is nice. Made with strawberry jam, cheese, cream cheese. We've arrived at Tejo Turmeque. Here we're gonna play a very traditional game in Bogota. You'll see it in a bit. And we're also drinking some beers. Cheers.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna play Tejo, which is like Colombian horseshoe with explosives. So if you see the little triangles back there, our goal is to throw these metal discs at that, and if you hit it, it's going to explode and light on fire. So, and the sound is pretty loud, so get ready. Oh.
Now we're gonna eat some empanadas made of chicken and beef, traditional Colombian empanadas. The Tejo game is a great opportunity for friends to have a good time while drinking and eating. Linda won the game, so she had to take a shot of aguardiente.
Go Linda, salud! Oh, wow.
Keeping up with Colombian traditions, coffee is a big thing here, and the world knows it. So we got some coffee. We stopped at Café Culture to drink coffee, Colombian coffee. It was good. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but when I do, I have to be really tired. I was really tired today, so that was good. How was the coffee?
Delicious!
Who's a coffee expert here?
Me.
You?
I give it 5 stars, and I am a critic.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now we head to our last stop, Joy and Giovanni's apartment, where our attention was immediately caught by their dog, Riley. Riley always travels with them, a handicapped dog that lives life to its fullest. We've been at their apartment for a while now, talking, just trying the clothes on because Giovanni has a clothing line. I just bought this sweater, really nice, has a kind of like Japanese style. And now we're making mojitos. It's a mojito class. These mojitos were special. They had a Colombian soul. Of course, we put mint and lemon, but also panela for the sweetness, and lulo, a very popular Colombian fruit.
Ships and tall ships and ships that sail the sea, but the best kinds of ships are friendships. May we always be.
Yeah, cheers!
So tasty. This is where the tour ends. Don't forget to check their website. It's called bogotivo.com, Joey and Giovanni. But one interesting fact is that neither of them is from Colombia. Joey is from Kentucky in the US, and Giovanni is from Venezuela. What made you stay here, fall in love with Bogota?
So we used to live in Panama and then visited here quite a bit, and just little by little Bogota kind of grows on you. And it's just the food, the people, the city's very vibrant, it offers a little of everything. And we wanted to create an experience to help people fall in love with the city like we did.
What do you love about Bogota the most?
I think that I love the difference between cultures, people, like you can see everything on the streets. And it's a city that keeps you going. So you need to be in your game. And I love that feeling of being a city guy, you know? It's like going here, going there, it's always on. So I love it.
Plus, if people come, they'll get to meet your dog, right?
Yeah, this is Riley.
Oh, Riley, hello.
Say hello
Baby
to
Riley. Oh, hello.
Well, everything was really nice, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you another time.
See you.
I already told you that I'm staying in the locality of Chapinero, and right in front of the building I'm staying is the Hippies Park. That's the name. Right now it's filled with people. Everybody's having fun. They're drinking in the streets. They have these big beers. They're having the time of their lives. Looks like there's no pandemic. Most of them have a mask though. This is also a very important party area in Bogota, and it's also a very LGBT plus inclusive neighborhood. So that's a good thing. I'm gonna look for a place to eat around here. Hopefully some Colombian arepas. Let's see. So arepas are really popular in Colombia, and I've come to arepa rellena, which means filled arepa. It's really close to where I'm staying, just right across the street from the Hippies Park. And I ordered 2 arepas. They're coming up. And I also asked the lady which soda she recommended. She said Pony Malta. It's kind of like beer with no alcohol. Let's try it. Interesting flavor, not my favorite, but it's good. Refreshing. So I ordered the típica. It has corn, shredded beef, eggs, and cheese, I believe. You need something else, like some chili sauce or some kind of sauce. I think it's too dry. This is the mixed one. It has chicken, beef, and pork with cheese. This one has cheese for sure. Let's try it. Much better. I like this one. Mixed. Also in the Chapinero locality, we have the Zona Rosa, or pink zone if you want to translate it. This is a very vibrant part of the city, very popular. There's a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of shopping, there's a lot of clubs, bars, and I'm really surprised by the amount of people that it's here. Just recently, in June, most restrictions were lifted, so seems like people are catching up with lost time. At least that's what I'm thinking. I just walked to here to kind of see how it's going. I've been to Bogota before, and this has always been a party zone. And if you're in the mood of partying, or you want to come party in Bogota, this is the place to be. And it's open during the pandemic. Now I'm going back to sleep, and I'll see you another day in Bogota. Another morning in Bogota. I took an Uber to the oldest part of Bogota, the Candelaria Neighborhood. Today we will be sightseeing this area of the city. Today we'll start having breakfast at Doña Blanca. They told me that they sell really good tamales there, so let's try them. There's a waiting list because it's busy. Finally got in. I will be getting some typical things. I started with a tamal. They brought me the tamal. It's in a banana leaf. Interesting. And it's kind of like a bowl. It's round. The tamal is rice based with chicken, bacon, corn, and vegetables. I like it. I give it some good points. This soup has some bread, has cheese. Let's see. A very tasty soup. It's customary to drink chocolate, hot chocolate with the tamal. This chocolate, hot chocolate, it's so good. Oh my god. You have to try the chocolate. It's really nice. I was eating and the owner of the restaurant came to talk to me. So she's been here for 26 years. Can you imagine?
Trabajamos más que todo la familia, mis hijos, mis nietos. Trabajando, mi esposo hacía el pan y mi nieto hacía buñuelos, almojábanas y pan de bono.
So when you travel somewhere, make sure you support local businesses. That's really important.
The experience was really good. They gave me this bread, almojábarra, or something like that, as a courtesy. As a reference, the restaurant is across the street from the University of the Andes. So come if you want to be filled up because it's a lot of carbs. I've arrived at the entrance to go up Monserrate hill. This is a very known little mountain in Bogota, and there's a long line of people. So if you want to come, try to come earlier. It's 10 a.m. but it's a Saturday, so that also influences. The entrance to go up and down in the funicular, it's 22,000 pesos. We're in the funicular, we're standing, almost time to go. You have a great view from the funicular. Once you reach the top, you still have to walk up a little bit to reach the shrine. This pathway also serves as pilgrimage. That's why you can see on the sides scenes of Christ taking the cross. When you come up, you're gonna notice that a lot of people are wearing sporting gear. This is because they came up walking. It's all elevation and it's about an hour away. The mountain, it's at 3,152 meters above sea level, so it's pretty high. You need to get ready if you wanna walk it up. There's awesome views around this place. You can see the city, the buildings. Now a little history about this mountain, which was already sacred for the Muiscas before the arrival of the Spaniards. But it was during the colonial times that they started building churches and people started coming as pilgrimage. Eventually they built the sanctuary of the Virgin of Monserrate, but people were coming to pay homage to the fallen Christ, and that's why he is in the main altar today. The Virgin's still here, but not in the main altar. That is why this is a pilgrimage place, and people come all this way just for mass. Right now there's a mass going on. It was very interesting to see how filled the church is. This is a beautiful place to have pictures taken and to view the city. I think it's one of the best viewpoints. If you keep walking, you're gonna see there's a market of artisanal goods, a lot of goods, and there is a market of food. They all kind of serve the same, and I was able to talk to one of the owners.
Platos típicos, bandeja paisa, tenemos sancocho de gallina y ajiaco Santa Fe.
They also sell dessert here. I bought a noblea, which is kind of like a wafer with a dulce de leche and some berry jam. Let's try it. Now I'm leaving in the cable car. The sun just came out. It's not as cold anymore. Now that we're down, let's go sightseeing Candelaria for reals this time. This is the Journalist Plaza. Very interesting because it commemorates Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the most known Colombian writer. Now, the interesting thing is that I was going around, but I didn't see any plaque or anything commemorating Garcia Marquez. But inside here, there is a statue of Simón Bolivar, the liberator. Walking from the Plaza of the Journalists to the Plaza of the Chorro de Quevedo, you're gonna see a lot of murals, especially in this street, Callejón del Embudo. Very interesting murals that showcase the Colombian culture. I'm now in the Plaza Chorro de Quevedo. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of restaurants, people selling things in the street shows, kind of like a circus one, very interesting. Now I'm at Bolivar Square, the most important plaza in Bogota. Here in the Bolivar Plaza you can find the cathedral, and just like many other churches in Bogota, they're closed because of the pandemic. You can also find the government palace, and there's a statue of Simón Bolívar, their liberator, and that's why it gets the name. There's also a lot of birds and many sellers in the street. It's a very big plaza and very interesting. You need to come if you come to Bogota. Looking for a museum to visit around this area, I went into the closest to the Bolivar Square. I came to the Museo de la Independencia, Independence Museum, where it tells you how the process of gaining independence for Colombia was. Also the process for all Latin America, but especially South America. How Simón Bolívar and other liberators had a hard time to deal with Spain, etc., etc. It's very interesting, but I think the best part is the balcony. You can hop onto this balcony and look at the main plaza, the Bolivar Plaza. I was really hungry, so I came to the nearest restaurant right next to the Bolivar Plaza. It's called La Puerta Falsa, and it's been here since 1816. Can you imagine? Their menu is not too varied, so I ordered an ajiaco. The ajiaco was 26,000 pesos and the juice was 4,000 pesos. Overall, good. I thought it could be a tourist trap because it's so close to the cathedral, but I liked it. Very nice. I end my trip to the Candelaria neighborhood walking on the Carrera 7, a pedestrian way that leads you to one of the most beautiful churches in Bogota, which was having a mass, so I was able to go in. This is the San Francisco Temple, the oldest surviving church in Bogota. The next day, I went to visit one of Colombia's wonders, the Cathedral of Sal in Zipaquirá, but I will show you that in the next video. I know there are many things that I didn't visit in Bogota, but the good thing is that I'll be back. Tell me what you recommend for me to visit next time. See you in the next video.